August 8, 2019. Hello and welcome to this session of the Omega Communications. This is issue number 979 of the Omega Communications coming to you today. Think about yourself as a being of light, superhuman, beyond human, the true essence of you that is housed within your physical body. And think about how easy it is to let the body be at rest and you, your essence, can come into the receiving area of the station of light. Immediately. It's just a thought away and intention. And with your intention of being here to receive and understand, then this is what is happening. Already you will be receiving a flow of energy and information before it is delivered verbally. So it's an exciting time that we are moving into, and I'm ready to receive more of what the beings here in the station surround us in. Look around you, perceive what is here as we begin this session. Greetings to you, beloved. We call you beloved because all are loved. All are the loved beings of the existence of creation. And we see you as you are presented here, as you relate to your earth lifestyle, and we see into the deeper aspect of you that has existed in many other appearances of lifestyles and life journeys. We gather in the information and the data that you present from your various life journeys, and it is all assessed, and then through the assessment process information is assembled to help the being, the entity, the personality to evolve and to be clear of patterns accumulated, so that you again realize the existence of yourself as a being of light with a mission to be fulfilled as you are existing in the present life body. There is more to this than you may realize. There is more occurring than you may realize in these first few words of greeting. You are being expanded in your energy self as you then become connected into many other dimensions of existence. And in this way, you are helping other aspects of you that become separated into different designated areas of patterns of existence, of dimensions, of realities. Initially then, this energy of expansion and upliftment is going to all aspects connected with you. We move you into another aspect within the station where you will see the coordination of the beams of energy frequency patterns all being focused around Earth planet, but also around many of the other planets in close proximity to Earth. This is so you understand that what Earth is receiving, other planets in the system are also receiving. And so the intelligent consciousness on every dimensional planet is receiving the upliftment messages. In some contexts, this could be a message emanating from a higher source saying, are you listening? Are you ready to receive? Just as science and many beings stationed on the Earth planet are sending out the message, we are here, do you hear us? So there is the point of connection and receptivity of these messages, and the messages are all energy patterns. Now, when you put this into context of yourself as an individual, every time you align yourself back to your highest aspect of source, of origination, you are receiving the pattern again to support you, to clear you, to uplift you, to reconnect you back into the timeline, into that which comes to you as a transportation experience, moving you through layers of dimensions. And while you may wish to experience and analyze every dimensional aspect, we would suggest to you that is not the important focus. The important focus is to receive the energy pattern, which can be beyond the definition of your language. It is a pattern that is to be experienced, and the experience in your individual way will be transformed into a realization. Even in these few words, you will realize you have expanded your field of awareness, your field of consciousness. And in this expanded state, you realize there is no limitation to that which you are. Also, you will be connecting with energy groups of the same resonating frequency. Information, therefore, is being received by you, the essential you. Now that you have received this, you will be moving into a different organized set of circumstances. And already many of you are visualizing that you are working in a different star base. And this is important because these star bases have a similarity and an existence around the planet Earth being currently. So in this way, you have connected in this greater dimensional connection to the star base which exists already on the planet. It is not appropriate in the current presentation for you to move from your physical location as it is into the star base, because the star base is existing in a different dimension. Just as the crystalline light cities exist in a different dimension currently. And it is only when your consciousness field has expanded that you connect with these spaces. There is great work being done in the star bases, and the star bases are presently being occupied and worked in by beings from other galactic fields of existence, ready to welcome you into those spaces, ready to welcome the overall civilization of Earth beings when the Earth beings have considered themselves to be clear enough to take part in the galactic group of beings. It depends on every individual, and there is the self-limitation, self-determination and filtering system which will allow you entry into the star bases only when your entire energy system is recognized that it can exist in those star bases. The star bases connect to the overall energy matrix throughout all creation, throughout all dimensions. And it is important to recognize that they exist closely to the dimension of where and how you are existing. So it is not that we say you cannot enter into the star bases, or perhaps we say you can. It is determined by other energy factors personal to you. We are just sharing this information and the process involved with you. There is energy systems involved in every aspect of creation. So there is movement, there is activity, and the processes may be to bring into beingness again higher patterns of life-sustaining organisms or energy patterns, food perhaps you would call it, and they are designed to support the physical type vehicle in its many phases of existence. You will already recognize that what you ingest has many layers to it that support the different layers of your present physicality. There is energy pattern that is needed to sustain and support and regulate the energy patterns of the physical body. And of course the physical aspects are well known now to science and therefore to you of what certain food will do to the physical structure. When you look at the patterns of light in what you take in, this is what continues to generate and regenerate higher levels of energy patterns in you. So in the star bases and in the crystalline light city area accompanying those star bases, there is a different level of creation necessary to support the form in that state. You are being prepared for this. The energy coming through the solar portal is preparing you, is creating adjustments. And you will be aware of many of the different sensations that your bodies are experiencing, not as a physical disorder, but as adjusting to a higher pattern frequency. This necessitates a change in thought patterns for some of you, and the realization will assist you. Now that we have delivered this to you, and you have been observing and experiencing the different star bases, we bring you back to attend into a central area within the station, again within many of the groups who are coordinating your particular presence here in the station with your presence in your physical activities in the current civilization. It is a coordination effect, and you already have the sense that you receive an energy adjustment every time you enter within this station to assist you to be clear. It may be at times that you isolate yourself from other beings, and as has been explained to you, this is because of your energy patterns and your purpose. Now that you have shifted again into that purposeful pattern of existence, we bring you back to the receiving area of the station. Have you noticed the shift in your perception? It will continue to unfold in you, and your experience in the areas you entered into in this session also will continue to give you realizations and memories of what you participated in. Preparation continues for your transformation and transportation into such spaces again. And you will be going through a self-evaluation, just as you are evaluated when you enter into this station. And your progress is acknowledged. You will continue with this. I withdraw now, Orem out. I am Ulea with you here in this section of the station and in this section of this particular transmission. You like to put things into stages and sections. We perceive it more as unfoldment and expansion into various localities and various dimensions. So you experienced being unfolded into many different spaces in this particular session. And I am here to remind you of that, to bring it back into your current memory in this station, because this is the transformation area and transition area for all of this to occur. So gather it all back into you now, realizing that the essence of you here again has remembered what you placed here, that you reconnected with. And it's time for you to bring this back now into your physical form, the physical presence. And so it is done. I withdraw also Ulea out. Lining again now, and I thank Ulea and Orem and all of the other beings that we connected with in this session. In your individual experience, this will have been great. So it's now to gather this all back into you. And we do this by taking in a breath, and as you let it out, open your eyes and orient yourself back into your physical form and into the present moment. Momentarily see into the Light City civilization, perhaps the star base that you were drawn into as an individual. It's so great to think that this is all around us. And the preparations continue for it to fully be the area that you manifest yourself into. Thanks again for experiencing this journey into greater dimensions of existence. I close this session through the Omega Communications portal.